Well, it's time for our chart of the day. Sticking with the presidential race, Brian, you have some interesting stats for us on where predictions market thinks the election might go, might be heading from here.
Yeah, a very simple chart we're going to do in our chart of the day here. And I think it's one chart you need to watch for in September. This particular one comes from the folks over at Goldman Sachs. You can see really the race between the two candidates is very, very tight. So I do wonder, Brad, if we're nearing that point, and maybe September is it, where the market will trade more in line with each party's potential policies, or who is winning or who is ahead in the race.
Yeah, I mean, one of the huge things that I've been tracking coming into this is also just the election watch. And we were able to speak with UBS just recently because it's changed in what we were anticipating coming into this. And there's really four scenarios that we're looking across. It's either a Democratic sweep, a Republican sweep, or you have a Democrat who is the president, and then you have a logjam in government. And then, of course, there's the flip side of that with a Republican president and still logjam with Democrats having Congress. So I think in those scenarios playing out, it really continues to leave a lot of trading desks kind of befuddled as you see the line, and at least the probabilities at this juncture continue to stay this close, at least for those who are continuing to, after the past two general elections, trust polls.
Yeah, let's stay on the potential for another Republican in the House, or one that already has been in the White House. I caught up with Commerce Secretary Wilbur Ross. I asked him what another Trump presidency might look like. Here's what he said.
The reason there was so much tumult in the first term was Trump didn't have that many sort of senior level supporters when he ran. Most of Wall Street was opposed to him. Now he's been around a lot longer. He knows how Wall Street works well, but he also has learned how Washington works.
Yeah, and I got to give Wilbur Ross a little bit of a hat tip. I mean, he survived 4 years in that White House. He made it through. I'm not saying it was all, sunshine and roses.
It was a revolving door.
Yeah, and he made it. And now he goes way back with Trump.
He does.
He actually negotiated, I believe, the Taj Mahal bankruptcy. So they go back many decades. But he made it through.
Wasn't he known as the bankruptcy czar or something of that tenor for a while? And let's just bring this back to the consumer as well here, because that's going to be a major economic data point as we continue to move forward. I was actually surprised to see it show up within this University of Michigan survey of consumers this morning that we got out here, and how many consumers are paying close attention to the election. We'd already seen it kind of show up a little bit within some of the Redfin data, the amount of homeowners or potential buyers out there, particularly who are still on the sidelines waiting for and looking at the general election as determinant of what type of home they purchase, where they might purchase, or if they do purchase. And that really comes back to a few other things as well. Beyond sentiment, it's going to come back to the rate environment. Yep. President has no say over that, regardless of how much former President Trump would like to have a say in that. All these things considered, I think it's going to continue to show up in the mindset and data readings like we got from University of Michigan here this morning that gave us a little bit of insight into that.
That's a really good point. I think consumers are just so, first of all, you can't escape any of this coverage, but number two, they just want to hear someone say, hey, I'm going to bring down prices for you.
Yeah.
And you're going to live a better life. Here's the 5 ways I'm going to do it. And I would say we haven't gotten that yet.
Yeah. I would just like to not wake up in a cold sweat watching Twitter every day.